உண்மையை உலகிற்கு உரக்க உரைத்தல். The disclosures. The disclosures are based on the discoveries thanks to the superior of all senses, the seventh sense practiced by the seventh sense master since 1970. What are the disclosures? Number one, besides it has been ethnic cleansing of Tamils. One, what happened and is still happening is Sri Lanka since 1915 when Muslims were massacred, which was repeated in 2001 like an action replay, was titanic. A, religious minorities cleansing of Christianity, Islam and Hinduism, and B, religious persecution of Christians, Muslims and Hindus. The religious minorities cleansing, it happened in 1915. Brutal attack against Muslims in 1915. The first religious minorities cleansing was against Islam in 1915 in Sri Lanka, in which 25 Muslims were murdered, 41 seriously wounded, 4,075 houses, boutiques looted, 250 houses and boutiques burned down, 17 mosques burnt and 86 mosques damaged, and the biggest tragedy, 4 Muslim women were raped. 2001, when I say 1915, you may all wonder why I bring something which happened exactly 19 years ago, but there is a purpose. The reason being, the same place where this tragedy happened 19 years ago, in 2001, hardly 13 years ago, there is an action replay. Again, the Muslims are the worst receiving end. The attackers were the Sri Lankan Buddhists. What happened during this attack? I want to share with you. 2 Muslims were murdered, 34 Muslims were seriously wounded. On April 30th, 2001, a group of Buddhist thugs entered a hotel owned by a Muslim, took some cigarettes without paying, and then menaced the cashier to hand over money. But he refused to oblige. The cashier was seized, dragged outside, tied to an iron fence, and had his mouth slashed with a knife. 3 policemen saw the incident but stood by and did nothing to help the victim. The injured youth could only be hospitalized after the attackers left. When efforts taken by the hotel owners to persuade the police to arrest those responsible went in vain, hundreds of Muslims took to the streets in protest, demanding the criminals be brought to justice. According to some eyewitnesses in Mavanella, the initial attack was instigated by a gang that included the bodyguards of a Singla Buddhist minister. However, as the crowd was dispersing, a Singla mob, several hundred strong, descended on the area and went on a rampage, setting fire to Muslim-owned shops, houses, businesses and mosques. One group entered a town's main mosque, dragged out the cleric and burned furniture, a funeral casket and a copy of the Quran. Police were accused of helping the mob enter a hardware store by shooting off its padlock. You can see what the police have done. So this is a problem, that country. So this can repeat, and Muslims definitely are under serious threat. The revelation titled as "But the Truth Is" will cause a thorough change of perception. The perceptual change will result in a dramatic paradigm shift, which means conceptual change, which will lead to 4 immediate rewards. There is no use of talking anything without what you will get ultimately. The 4 gifts of the perceptual and conceptual changes to the human rights champion and the people are: getting punishment very quickly for the war criminals for the worst genocide, to realizing Tamil Eedam, which will be an automatic and obvious choice as the only solution. 3, Kachetivu, which belonged to India, will become again part of India. The Indian fishermen will not lose their lives and possessions. They can freely do fishing near Kachetivu. India, the largest democracy of the world, will not be anymore blackmailed or humiliated by Sri Lanka, and the Sri Lankan government will be shown its due place. That everyone is a patriotic citizen, they will see that. The largest religious minority gruesome genocide or persecution in the history of the world by Sri Lanka of Muslims, Christians, Hindus. You are seeing the pictures. You are here. Several hundreds of Hindu children were killed. Muslim youths were killed. Several hundreds of Christian children were killed. See how the gruesome murder. The picture, you can see that. That's not all. Religious minorities cleansing, destruction of temples, churches and mosques by Sri Lankan army. 1,723 Hindu temples. They are all very, very old time immemorial, and 299 churches last 10 years, and 79 2011 onwards destroyed. 33 mosques destroyed from 2011. I want to say another shocking news, that the land belonging to these religious places, place of worship, all being occupied every day. with the Sri Lankan army or the Buddhist monks. Nobody is there to question them. Religious minorities cleansing, desecration, sacrilege of sacred divine objects of all the Hindu, Islam, Christian religions with Sri Lankan army and the Buddhists. Buddhists means they are not true Buddhists, because we don't want to criticize Buddhism. These people did not understand probably. They didn't learn Buddhism. Sacred Hindu god idols broken. The leg of Lord Nataraja is broken. Sacred Christian cross vandalized. Sacred Islam flag being burnt by Buddha Balasena. You are seeing that there. Now the question, you will all come to the conclusion. Disclosure. Which religion has been destroyed most by Rajapaksa family? A big surprise is waiting for you. The religion badly destroyed by Rajapaksa family is Buddhism. How? India's two great contributions to humanity, Lord Buddha and Baba Sahib. Baba Sahib refers to great Ambedkar. Nobody in the world would have championed against social discrimination than Baba Sahib, why he chose Buddhism. For Baba Sahib Ambedkar, preference for Buddhism was not an impulsive decision. He said that it was after 35 years of comparative study of different religions that he concluded that Buddha's Dhamma is the best and that is the most scientific religion. What is Dhamma? The word Dhamma, Sanskrit Dharma, is derived from the root Dham, meaning to uphold and to support, and that is that which upholds or supports the practitioner of Dhamma and prevents him or her from falling into states of misery or birth in a woeful existence. Of all the Buddhist terminology, the word Dhamma commands the widest, most comprehensive meaning. Dhamma is to cultivate the knowledge and practice of laws and principles that hold together the fabric of reality, natural phenomena, and personality of human beings in dynamic interdependence and harmony. Many of Dalit role model leaders, when we asked, told what Baba Sahib said was during the period when Buddha's Dhamma or Dharma was practiced by Buddhists. Now they don't practice Dharma, but Adharma. See what is happening in Sri Lanka and Myanmar. Hence, we don't anymore patronize Buddhism. Disclosure. Why Rajapaksa is not allowing UNHRC to conduct an independent and international investigation? See the Seventh Sense response. A real incident serves as an example for Rajapaksa's refusing access to UNHRC. This can be best explained by an incident that happened. The police was about to conduct a raid on a person, his house, who committed an act of thieving of Rs 50,000. On coming to know of it, the thief went to the police, handed over the stolen money and surrendered. But a police officer's ESP smelt a rat. They conducted a raid on the thief's premises and found out he has committed a number of murders and amassed huge wealth by stealing and thieving in more than 100 places. Why Rajapaksa is not allowing UNHRC to conduct his investigation? The same as the incident just explained. The UNHRC want to inspect one cupboard with skeletons in Sri Lanka called ethnic cleansing of Tamils by Sri Lankan government. But to the horror, they will find 8 cupboards with skeletons. They will discover Sri Lanka has the world's biggest and world record genocide industry of killing Christians, Muslims, Hindus, human rights activists, press persons, writers, journalists, foreign aid agencies, officers and workers, political opponents, and honest government officers and teachers. The UNHRC might be forced to pass 8 more resolutions to conduct inquiry of the genocide of these 8 categories. UNHRC inspection will result in opening a can of worms or opening a Pandora's box, which Rajapaksa is quite aware of it. Is Seven Sense that great? Come on, you please answer. The Sri Lankan issue has been the subject for last so many years for leaders and peoples of so many nations. Did this thought occur to anyone? Is it not the disclosure startling? That is Seven Sense. Is Sri Lanka disclosure the only product of Seven Sense? There are 300 incredible revelations, discoveries, innovations, inventions, breakthrough ideas which are being shared from 20th June to 31st July 2014, which will solve many miseries that humanity is suffering from, like. So this 3 will be shared. This picture explains the sample of the menu card, service menu card, how to change climate change, how communal harmony can be 100% realized, how to make politicians work for people from today, how to stop all of a sudden shooting spree by one of his own classmates and colleagues, how to integrate extremists with the mainstream, how to end corruption, how to give up alcohol, how to ensure women's safety 100%, how to ensure never give up life's values among children and youth, how to ensure safety, how to ensure zero mosquito without killing mosquitoes or spending money. Totally 300 down-to-earth solutions delivered to you within 45 days, which are absolutely free. Keep your eyes open. It's your option. And whatever the disease society you see in your place, this is a super medical shop. You can use the medicine. It's all absolutely free. Please miss not the following separate disclosures. Major disclosure part 2 in Tamil with film directors Vikraman, R.K. Solomani, Amir Sultan, Prabhu Salaman and Shekhar. Airing the views in Tamil and English, separate disclosures on persecution of Christians, Muslims and Hindus, as well as human rights activists and media persons. A DVD appeal to the CM and PM that either Tamil Hindus are more Hindus than most of the Indian Hindus. It's all done by an organization. You need an organization to do this major operation. It's called United Arts Organization, in short called UH. It's a people's movement in the people's era. UH is of the people, by the people and for the people, and its affair will be conducted by each nation, by its non-political service organizations. United Arts Organization has a goal, its one-line goal: children born now and hereafter will ask, what do you mean by war? It's part of Jivan Shastra for being human being. UH, its affairs is conducted by in each country by its National United Arts, UH. Globally it's led by UH International. UH objective, 4 P's: people's peace, progress and prosperity. UH activity 1, proactively promote communal harmony. Methods: please see Ma, Mother Others, Ma for Harmony.org. The activities of UH are supplementing and complementing the service of UN. UN is a great organization, but its corrective actions do harm people, as explained here. Drawback in its functioning of UN: there are gross human rights violation nation. For example, finding its demands are not met by the erring nations, the armies of member nations of UN is sent. Mostly innocent people are killed by this operation, and more people are killed in the war against the nation than the people killed by the ruler of the nation. Thus the treatment worse than disease. For example, Iraq, Saddam Hussein, the complaint was there's gross human rights violation. The UN army went, and what Saddam Hussein was doing, period of 1 year, was done in 1 day by air bombardment. People lost their lives and possessions. US takes people to human era, humans for humans. Any human life is valuable. Human rights violations are happening every minute, everywhere. By the time UN takes action, it will be too late. Governments cannot boycott goods and services of any nations unless there is UN sanction, because nations are bound by protocol, trade protocols. In the case of US, the action will be instantaneous. The people across nations, without any difference, will do voluntary boycott of goods and services of Sri Lanka. UH will motivate them to do this after giving 60 days notice to Sri Lankan government. People are divided in the name of color, caste, religion. Here we see color. If you look at that broadly, you can categorize the world by color, the people. White, what you see on the left top, right is yellow, and right you see brown, maybe wheatish, Indian. Bottom is red in red color and black color. So I think we are all becoming more and more racist. That's why the divisions and civil wars. Can we say they are same color with the different shades? This is also a Jivan Shastra for being human being. We donate and receive blood. What we should ask is whether it's same blood group. But still more important is to see that the blood is HIV AIDS free. But do you ever ask these questions listed below? That donor must be my faith, nation, color. When Romanian is operated, we need 1 bottle of Romanian blood. A Tunisian is operated, we need 2 bottles of Tunisian blood. A Taiwanese is operated, we need 3 bottles of Taiwanese blood. If Fijian is operated, we need 4 bottles of Fijian blood. French is operated, 5 bottles of French blood we need. Syrian is operated, we need 6 bottles of Syrian blood. Serbian is operated, we need 7 bottles of Serbian blood. Ethiopian is operated, we need 8 bottles of Ethiopian blood. If there is no difference in taking their blood, we should not feel that they are different from us. That's how nature has created us. Let's go to the next step. Organs are donated received from to people of different faiths. But do you ever ask these questions listed below? That donor must belong to my faith and then only I'll accept the donation. We'll see only two things: whether the organ is compatible to the body. Still more important is to see the blood is HIV/AIDS free. One Hindu is operated. We never say Hindu heart is needed. One Christian is operated. Christian kidney is needed. A Muslim is operated. One Muslim mouth needed. We never ask it. A Jew is operated. Jew jaw is needed. A Buddhist is operated. Buddhist bladder is needed. Jain is operated. A Jain's joint of bone needed. A Sikh sin is operated. A Sikh skin is needed for grafting. Bagai's brain is operated. Bagai's brain is needed. We never say that. If there's no difference taking their organ, we should not feel that they are different from us. That's how nature has created us. So here we have given the pictures of heart, kidney, and various. Today we can motor spare parts. This all be accepted, can be taken, and as long as the human body can accept, we should not have any more have differences. This is the last picture. What you call how to propagate this. These columns are very great eye opener. They should all be recognized. Without fear of life, they have been exposing. See, action all important is separate presentation. One action now immediate. The immediate action is Humans for Humans Day. Henceforth, we should not divide ourselves in the name of color, religion, language, and all. 10 minutes anytime from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. on the 10th day of the 10th month, October of every year. Kindly, peacefully observe Humans for Humans Day. So this year, it will come on this October. On the day, Humans for Humans Day will be highlighting 10 minutes, just 10 minutes, inhuman genocide of religious minorities in Sri Lanka, of Hindus, Muslims and Christians, in Myanmar of Muslims and Christians, non-violence weapon of the strong.